So good afternoon, everybody, and welcome on this beautiful day in Brighton. It's wonderful to see so many of you here today, and this will be my second time in Brighton. I was here earlier in March, and it's great this year to be back to having in-person degree awards ceremonies after the pandemic. And these are just wonderful days, and these are some of the best days that we have at the Open University. But let me start today by the authority which is given in me by the statutes of the Open University to declare that it is my great pleasure to say that the congregation is open for the conferment of degrees and the presentation of graduates. I'm delighted to welcome today's ceremony our graduates, your families, your friends, guests and other supporters of the Open University. And I'd like to extend a special welcome to our honorary graduate, Dr. Jane Secker, this afternoon. We're delighted to be able to honour you today. These have been really challenging times for everyone, but especially you as students and the whole of the OU community. But there is so much that has been achieved, and you're all evidence of that. There have also been so many acts of kindness that have helped see us all through. So I'd like to start by recognising our staff in their many different roles who have shown such commitment to our students. I'm incredibly proud of them, many of whom you'll have seen in the foyer welcome you and who are on the stage here today for this ceremony. Now, each year, the Open University awards a range of qualifications that you have worked all so hard for, from Certificate of Higher Education through to doctorates. And throughout 2022, more than 10,000 graduates are being presented for their qualifications at our degree ceremonies in England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, and the Republic of Ireland. We are a four nations university. For my colleagues, and certainly for me, they are highlights of our year, as I said, because we're celebrating your success. You're graduating from the largest university in Europe with an extraordinary scale, scope, and reach. That success is down to what you, our graduates, achieve, and not just the qualifications you're presented for today, but the difference you're going to make with them. The OU and its graduates can and will change the world for the better. You are part of our mission. So, it goes without saying that today is a very important occasion in the life of you, our graduates, your families and your loved ones, as well as the university and my colleagues, who I hope you will feel have nurtured and supported you. Now, you could be forgiven for thinking that this occasion is so important that it needs to be solemn, but you would be quite wrong. In every sense, this is a day of joy, celebration, and importantly, it's a day of noise. So, I'll be very disappointed if anyone crosses the stage to anything less than thunderous applause, or whichever way you choose to express your enthusiasm and support. The noisier, the better. Now, at my last graduation ceremony, for the first time, I had somebody who actually did a cartwheel on stage. I haven't yet had a backflip. That's not a challenge, and if anyone decides to do a backflip today, the Open University denies any liability. But looking back at this year, I think these days are just truly wonderful. So I've been here in Brighton. I'm here in Brighton for the second time, but I've been in Birmingham, I've been in the Barbican in London, I've been down in Newport in Wales. And there are just some lovely stories that come from days like today. And I'll just share a few of them with you. So one of them is a lovely 86-year-old man who was doing his first degree. And he came up on stage, received his degree scroll, turned round to the audience, waved it, and said, "You're never too old," and walked off. And I thought that was just wonderful. Much more sadly, there have been a number of degrees conferred on students of the Open University who lost their lives during COVID, and there have been very, very sort of emotional moments. But there was also a lovely occasion when one of the graduates had a therapy dog, and every time the audience applauded, the therapy dog barked away at the same time. So that was really sweet. And then on another occasion, there was a man at the back who stood up as I found out, fortunately, his wife received her degree, and he stood up and shouted out his undying love for her, which again I think was wonderful. And she did say to me, "You'll be pleased to know that's my husband shouting at the back." And we did have Ronan Keating as presented with an honorary doctorate, which was wonderful. But of course, almost half the students who came up on stage insisted on having a selfie with Ronan, which meant the ceremony dragged on for hours. But Ronan was I think he was very, very gracious about it. In fact, many of the students who came up for their selfie with Ronan then forgot to take away their degrees. But do make sure you take away yours with you today. But let's now do a short survey just to show how extraordinary all of you are. So, raise your hands, graduates, if you have helped bring up a family member during your studies. There you go. Right. Right, now hands up those who have had caring responsibilities. And then the third and last question is, how many of you have been in work or have been doing voluntary work during your studies? I do really think that shows how extraordinary you all are. So can I now ask all of today's graduates who are able to do so to please stand? Good. Right, now what I want you to do is to find somewhere in the audience your family members, your loved ones, your supporters, and blow them a kiss, wave, and thank them for all of their support. Right, and now the last thing we're going to do, and this is the warm-up act, is to give all of our graduates today a huge round of applause for their achievements. That was almost good, but you can do better. And I'll expect you to do better during the ceremony. So, graduates, you can now sit down. There's one more way you can show your appreciation to your graduate who's here today. Do post messages or photos on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, using the hashtag #OUFamily to share your congratulations and celebrations with many others. Today's ceremony will begin with a presentation of those graduates who have gained higher degrees and first degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelors of Engineering and Bachelor of Laws. They will be presented by Mr. Toby Scott Hughes, Assistant Director Operations in Academic Services. We will then see the awarding of the honorary degree of Doctor of the University to Dr. Jane Secker. Mrs. Selina Killick, Associate Director for Library Services, will present Dr. Secker, who will sign the honorary graduate's book and make a reply. Then we will continue our presentation of graduates with those who have gained Bachelor of Science degrees, foundation degrees and diplomas of higher education. And then I will conclude the ceremony with a final address to graduates. So can I now call upon Toby Scott Hughes to present graduates.
Pro-Chancellor, I shall now present graduates who have gained higher degrees and have been able to attend here today. For the degree of Master of Arts in English, I present Bethany Dean. Liz Hayward. For the degree of Master of Arts in Music, I present Yvonne Jeps. For the degree of Master of Business Administration, I present Lucy Fennick. Sarah Fowler. Jürgen Gaines. Sarah Smith. For the degree of Master of Business Administration in Leadership Practice, I present Emma Bowler. Jenny Davey. Helen Edmonds. Diana Gudalini. Simon Hodge. Carrie McLean. Benjamin Potts. For the degree of Master of Business Administration Technology Management, I present Mark Austin. For the degree of Master of Education, I present Lorna Pavia. For the degree of Master of Science in Development Management, I present Alexandra Spargo. For the degree of Master of Science in Earth Science, I present Helena McLaughlin. For the degree of Master of Science in Environmental Management, I present Richard Houlihan. For the degree of Master of Science in Mental Health Science, I present Isabel Swinhoe-Standen. For the degree of Master of Science Open, I present Sarah Bell. For the degree of Master of Science in Psychology, I present Emma Friend. For the degree of Master of Science in Technology Management, I present David Earls. Pro-Chancellor, I shall now present graduates who have gained Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Engineering and Bachelor of Law degrees and have been able to attend here today. The full subject details are printed in the insert within the ceremony programme. I present, for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Melanie Abbott. Chelsea Alexander. Stephanie Allen. Courtney Ambrose. Victoria Amos. Shamini Anthony. Fern Asher. Natalie Ashwell. Jane Avent. Amala Balraj. Kirsty Barrett. Robin Beardmore. Nicola Bell. Natalie Bishop. Claire Blacker. Sophie Brannigan. Anthony Boland. Caroline Brain. Claire Brockhurst. Zoe Card. Drew Coughlin. Joshua Chadwick. Patrick Chidlow. Sally Clark. Jacqueline Clark. Gemma Clayton. Joanne Collinson. Jennifer Collier. Christine Cook. Joanna Cook. Linda Cosham. Bradley Cranfield. Danielle Crizzle. Victoria Crosby. Claire Crowd. Leah Davies. Rhiannon Davies. Denise Day. Vicky Dilworth. And both for a Bachelor of Arts, husband and wife accompanied, Marius and Guzmiariulu Dinu. Melis Doe. Megan Duffy. Estelle Durbeck. Joanne Durham. Sherry Ely. Tony Flanders. Neil Elliott. Afnan El-Sarrag. Peter Fedab. Helen Foster. Catherine Fox. Jane Gibbard-Noel. Laura Goodsmith. Katwea Grace. Laura Graffam. Stephen Creenall. Sadie Hall. Diane Handrick. Victoria Harris. Helen Haydock. Martin Hewlett. Sarah Hogben. Cassie Holly. Bernadette Holloway. George Holness. Emily Haller. Chelsea Hornsby. Olivia Howells. Sally Hutton. Jack Ingroil. Emma Jackson. Penny Jones. Nicole Joyce. Abigail Keane. Trudy Keane. Emily Kelly. Leah Keys. Yaniswari Kusal. Fiona Kilgariff. Samuel Kerwin. Abigail Lant. Chantel Lawrence. Efsaginia Leau. Grace Lowell. Hayley Lonsborough. Laura Lovis. Helen McPhail. Elizabeth Marshall. Zach Marshall. Katie Marston. Rachel Matthews. Graham May. Jennifer McRae. Rebecca Micaiah. Catherine Miller. Jasmine Miller. Nicola Minter. Stuart Mitchellmore. Kerry Moores. Paige Morton. Cynthia Moth. Anthony Mullins. Emily O'Keefe. Rachel Newman. Saffron Noble. Georgia Panther. Susan Parker. Rebecca Pavitt. Romana Pacona. Jessica Reed. Rebecca Richmond. James Middleton. Chanel Roffey. Nicola Sanford. Rachel Sharp. Hannah Shelbourne. Sarah Smart. Vida Soyano Baker. Julia Stella. Kimberly Sutherland. Claire Thurtle. Rachel Todd. Catherine Turner. Penny Tyus. Jane Walker. Lenina Walters. Lorraine Walters. Annie Watkinson. Michaela Wells. Joanna Whitmore. Stephen Wilkinson. Ellie Wright. Teresa Wright. For the degree of Bachelor of Engineering, I present Jake Hobbs. And for the degree of Bachelor of Laws, I present Yasir Ali. Claude Owen. Emma Aaron Randall. Charlie Barker with Isaac. Tony Bartelli. Alison Bradshaw. Gavin Carlo. Yasmin Cortesio. Angela Crabtree. Jolene Crichton. Zoe Hobbs. Clara Collins. Victoria Hailston. Donald James. Suzette Jessup. Jane Lambert. Jake Rea. Tanya White. Lisa Williams.
Pro-Chancellor, colleagues, graduates, guests, Dr. Jane Secker is a renowned expert on copyright education and information literacy, whose work has been hugely influential in the higher education and beyond. Jane read history and information and library studies at Aberystwyth University and went on to earn a PhD. She worked as a copyright and digital literacy advisor at the London School of Economics and Political Science for more than 15 years. She is now a senior lecturer in educational development at City University of London, whereas she is Programme Director of the Masters in Academic Practice. She holds a postgraduate certificate in higher education. She is a senior fellow of the Higher Education Academy, an honorary fellow of the Chartered Institute of Library and Information Professionals, and a fellow of the Royal Society of Arts. Jane specialises in digital literacy and digital education. She is interested in the impact of new technologies on education. She is especially focused on copyright literacy, ensuring that copyright is no barrier to teaching, learning and research. She has published extensively in this area, including influential reports as well as articles, and is the author of 5 books. She is also a former editor-in-chief of the Journal of Information Literacy. With Chris Morrison, Jane founded the Copyright Literacy website, which aims to make learning about copyright fun and empowering. They have produced a wealth of resources and advice, including a podcast, several games, a conference, as well as collaborating on an essential textbook. During the COVID-19 pandemic, they established a webinar series entitled Copyright and Online Learning, which is continuing to run on a monthly basis. Jane has worked to embed information literacy throughout secondary and higher education. She has developed resources and initiatives. For example, she co-created ANSIL, a new curriculum for information literacy, as a framework for teaching in higher education. Jane was a founder of LILAC, the Information Literacy Conference, in 2005. This has become the most significant event in the year for information professionals, regularly attracting over 300 international delegates. Jane is a member of the Copyright Negotiations and Advisory Committee at Universities UK and helps to negotiate licenses for the higher education sector. These, in turn, make it easier for students and academics to access digital resources. She also serves on a number of committees on copyright and intellectual property. Since 2015, Jane has chaired the Information Literacy Group for CILIP, which is the UK's Chartered Institute of Library and Information Professionals. Here, she was instrumental in updating the shared definition of information literacy, stressing its wide application in all areas of life, helping people to be able to find, interpret, and assess information. In January 2022, she was appointed the chair of the board of the recently established Media and Information Literacy Alliance, which aims to broaden public understanding of the importance of media and information literacy for everybody. In today's complex world, digital literacy and information literacy are just as important as conventional literacies. Jane's tireless work to equip students and staff with the skills they need to become confident and effective lifelong learners, teachers and researchers has made a vital contribution to higher education in this country. So, Pro-Chancellor, by the authority of Senate, I present to you for the honorary degree of Doctor of the University, Dr. Jane Secker.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I feel I ought to start with an apology that I'm not Ronan Keating. I'm not going to sing at you either. What I want to say is a bit about my background. I wasn't the first person in my family to go to university, but I was the first person to study as a traditional undergraduate student. My dad completed most of his degree on day release, working full time. So I understand why the work the Open University does is so important. Through my work in information literacy and open education and copyright, I strongly believe that learning should be accessible to everyone, but particularly for those of us who haven't had the most traditional of educational backgrounds. But I do understand that learning is not always open to everyone, because I didn't make it myself almost. When I was 18, I failed to get my predicted A-level grades, and I went through the clearing system to go to university. So I arrived at university feeling a bit like an imposter, doubting that I was good enough. Fortunately for me, the environment around me was welcoming and supportive, and I found very quickly that I had a sense of belonging, and I thrived. Some might say I was lucky, but I think it was all to do with the way I was taught and the people around me that really cared. And I know that it's not always easy, and that many of you will have struggled to keep up with the work, the expectations that you set for yourself and that others have for you. And you may have had days when you felt like giving up. You will have been juggling your studies with many other aspects of your lives. And I understand that what you did was really hard, because it's about change. Learning changes our view of the world and our view of ourselves, and that's why it really matters. So today, I'm honoured to receive this honorary doctorate and be with you here today. Today really is a celebration. You have made it. And although this is not the end of your journey, completing your studies is a really significant achievement, because learning is a gateway to so many new opportunities. And so don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't do things, most of all yourself, because you can. Look what you did. Hurrah for you. Hurrah for me. And thank you very much for having me today. I'm honoured to be here.
Pro-Chancellor. Continuing the presentation of graduates, I shall now present those who have gained Bachelor of Science degrees, foundation degrees and diplomas of higher education and have been able to attend here today. The full subject details are printed in the insert within the ceremonies programme. I present, for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Francesca Adams. Rachel Adams. Sarah Andrews. Donna Arbenz. David Baudeo. Emily Baldwin. Chris Barber. Charlotte Bird. Jamie Boyd. Jack Bridges. Alison Brown. Joanna Brown. Louise Brown. Shannon Corla Martin. Clive Caruana. Harriet Kavanagh. Hayley Chaston. Michelle Child. Francis Chioffi. Aaron Coles. Lauren Colhoun Phillips. Louisa Conroy. Peter Crabb. Phil Daly. Holly Dawes. Daniel Dilonardo. Megan Ellis. Martin Everett. Lee Fielder. Lorna Foster. Laura Gambrill. Danielle Garvey with Carter. Tamara Garvin. Del Green. Katie Greening. Tridev Gurum. Tamsin Hall. Rachel Hammond. Rachel Harmon. Basirat Haroon. Richard Henderson. Chloe Hewer. Barbara Hiley. Jessie Horvath and Bodie. Jane Humphreys. Amy Hunter. Samuel Jones. Alexander King. William King. Grace Lawrence. Nicholas Lefay. Dawn Leggett. Aaron Loft. Claire Logan. Katalin Ludwig. Natalie Light. Douglas McTaggart. Gina Marsh. Fatima Mazia. Laura Maynard. Angela McHugh. Max McManus, accompanied by Ellis. Andrew McMillan. Oliver Moores. Brianna Moss. Paris Mole. Rachel North with TJ. Spencer Nye. Drew Osborne. Jack Owen. Rachel Haynes. Benjamin Parsons. Angela Pomfrey. Deborah Raymond. Stephanie Redfern. Charlie Reed. Darrell Risden. Kate Robinson. Jackie Russell. Catherine Saylor. Charlotte Scott. Jamie Sevier. Abigail Sewell. Elizabeth Shackleton. Azar Shahid. Caroline Shader. Erica Shoveler. Fran Simpson. Claire Slater. Gemma Smith. Amy Stanton. Alison Stewart. Shusht Talabani. Lizzie Tanner. Jade Thomas. Elizabeth Thirlwell. Emily Towner. Imogen Turner. Malgorzata Fundameva. Richard Watson. Rebecca Watts. Jade Whiteley. Emma Wickens. Andrew Wilkinson. Cherry Wilson. Caitlin Winslade with Teddy. For a foundation degree, I present Richard Brenner. James Mellor. And for a Diploma of Higher Education, I present Alina Andronakay. Keith Calaby. Simone Gosling. Jacqueline Griemer. Chloe Harrington Dwyer. Karen Jeffries. Anna Kubica. Deborah Selwood. Janie Thomas. Natalie Taylor.
Well done, everyone. I thought that was a wonderful ceremony. And as the Pro-Chancellor of the Open University, I really couldn't be more proud of what you, our graduates, have achieved, often against odds. With your work, your family, as we've seen, your commitments, and sometimes many other challenges in your life. But we are absolutely certain that you are going to go on and make a really significant and important contribution to society. I really do believe that you are the most amazing body of graduates anywhere in the world. You've believed in yourselves, and we've believed in you, all of us. Your dedicated associate lecturers and advisors, the expert academics who write your courses, the designers and technologists who bring them to life, and all the professional services that make the OU what it is, second to none, and now you've shown what that belief can achieve. I saw on your faces just how tough it's often been for you, and no wonder employers tell us that one of the many things they like about OU graduates is their determination and their drive. You've juggled study and deadlines with many, many other demands in your life, and that, I think, is really, really valuable. But you know, I've been told that there is one thing that's harder than being an OU student, and that's living with one. You see, there's an element of truth in that, isn't there? So, when the Open University started back in 1969, our pioneer students and staff were taking a huge step into the unknown, putting their faith in a university that was using new methods of teaching and would be open to everyone. Many thought the OU would fail, but instead it is now one of the most successful universities in the world, with well over 2 million people who have studied with us. That's not just a university, it's a social movement. It's you, our students, who make the OU what it is. You are incredibly important to us. But we also owe a huge debt of gratitude to the university's founders and those who have given it support over so many years. And foremost among them was a lady called Jenny Lee, to whom Prime Minister Harold Wilson gave the job of setting up the university, a woman whose journey from a Scottish mining community to Minister of State shaped in no small measure, what the OU is today. Jenny Lee believed that the OU had to be a university for everyone, rich or poor, man or woman, black or white, and it would do that whilst maintaining the highest of academic standards. She was determined too that we would be a respected research university, making new discoveries, inventing new products, and enabling us to understand each other better and live well without endangering our planet. Recently, I attended the OU Research and Achievements Awards. One of the winners was an astrobiology lab, which is exploring how to gather water from lunar rock to make living on the Moon and Mars a possibility. This is very fitting, as we were founded in the year that mankind took its first steps on the Moon. And when I was in the astrobiology lab recently, I was told that the OU is one of 4 universities in the world who are first to get samples from Mars and the Moon in order to analyse them. That is just how well positioned we are in terms of that research, which I think is absolutely fabulous. We've celebrated 50 years of being in a class of our own. We are unique as a university. We're a groundbreaker. We're at the cutting edge of what is happening in education. We are, I think, right at the very forefront of the future of education. So we've gone from the outer reaches of our universe to the sea, skies, and planets. Our world-leading research has shaped our understanding of the world by taking that knowledge into people's living rooms, everyone's living room. And that's done through the OU and the BBC partnership, which has broadcast thousands and thousands of absolutely jaw-dropping programmes, which I'm sure all of you would have seen, including recently the series of Frozen Planet 2. It is the OU research which is behind all of that. And I think that's just such a fabulous partnership. So do look out for the OU logo when you're watching so many of these BBC programmes, because they are being underpinned by Open University research. And it is curiosity which drives us. And I'm so glad that you all chose to join that most human of adventures, to learn and live, as it says on the university crest. Now, completion of your qualifications means you join a community of Open University alumni around the world. You can continue to keep up with news, access careers advice, or come back to study. You are always going to be a member of the OU family. And as you leave today, I hope you'll become an ambassador for the Open University and all we stand for, our values of social and environmental justice, our commitments to inclusion and diversity, and above all, our mission to be open to people, places, methods, and ideas. So please do share your experiences with others. Let them know what your journey has meant to you and what it could mean to them. We are hugely proud of you and thankful to everyone who supported you through your journey. So would all of today's graduates who are able to do so please stand for one last time. Let's give them one huge last round of applause before we finish today. So well done and enjoy your success. So now the proceedings of this degree ceremony have been completed, and I now declare that this meeting of congregation is closed. So would all of those who are able to do so please stand. Thank you very much, everyone.